was like, yeah, really. We'll say yes, right, yes.
Should be not right now. Because it is a metaphor.
Okay, people, let's get started.
So, give me a quick update of what you guys completed already so far.
We have two schematics. This is Howard's. And over there is Julius. That's his video right there.
Okay.
You can do all.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got sketches for layout?
Yes.
Okay.
And right now we're going to decide how large it should be. We know that the house should be 30%.
do that in a couple weeks.
Rest of the property.
You
Yeah,
said
rest of the
we're gonna
restaurant.
have God by 2 days.
So, show the two sketches on
Ask
the
them more of a blueprint.
Okay,
Sure.
sure. Yeah. No. It should be the dimension of your restaurant.
And like if we have like lights and stuff, we don't have to bring
We need
lights
to
on the
focus
presentation,
on
it's just on the
triangle
background.
background. Energy emissions.
You can't dim these lights, they can only go up and on. So if you want to create a specific type of ambiance for the day of your presentation, then you do need to bring in some lights. So some of the other groups, what they've done is they close these curtains, the blinds like we have right now, and then they'll bring candles for the centerpieces. Some groups have brought lights. I've had a group that actually brought large mirrors that they placed around the room. Some people brought paintings, extremely large paintings. I had a group one time that was doing an Italian theme, and it was very traditional. So actually, they brought many Italian statues. So they put them actually on the counters over there. So you need to try to replicate your theme as much as possible in this room. The design, though, don't worry about the dimensions. The dimensions have to reflect your actual restaurant, not this room. Okay.
If we decide to do 2 floors, like obviously.
Yeah, you're just doing one portion of your dining room.
Yeah, I really want to know what happens.
All right, show me the two sketches that you have.
This one's way too large, but, yeah.
Large in terms of what?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, way big.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is the dining room area right here. I don't know what these areas So what you want to do is you want to label these things. This is the first draft or sketch. So this is the entrance. What are those features over there? Is that like the lobby area?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that thing.
And what are these features?
Yeah, there's like,
Okay. So when you're doing the kitchen, what you want to do is you want to ensure that you've got the door for the entrance to the kitchen. You want to make sure that this is for whom? The employees? Yeah, I'm talking about your delivery. So, yeah, you want to put your delivery entrance, and then you want to make sure that your storage rooms are right there. So you want to have your cold storage, so your freezer, you want to have your walk-in refrigerator, and you want to have your dry storage very close to the entrance. It's all about food safety. You want to mitigate your food going into the kitchen, so that's why you always typically find these types of storage systems right into the entrance. They come off the truck and they go straight into the freezer. Okay? So you want to ensure that you've got your storage room. You want to also highlight or show where your dishwashing area is. You want to show where your hotline is. You want to show where your the ordering window, if you guys are planning on doing that, like the expo station. So everything needs to be highlighted on it. So right now, I know this you're just starting off with it, but make sure that every aspect of the kitchen is actually done. Okay? If you have any kind of decorations or barriers, you should also include them.
Yeah, it's pretty plain.
Yeah, it's very plain, and when I picture this room with just a bunch of chairs and tables that are back to back to back to back, it looks very much like a banquet room.
Yeah, I kind of got that.
So you might want to add some elements of design. You want to sort of break up some of these tables so that they don't look like it. It looks very institutional. Like a hospital cafeteria. You walk in and you've got the buffet line right over here, and then all the table seatings, they're all like that. So you might want to add plants, you might want to add berries, shift them a little bit. Do you have a bar area by any chance?
That's what this area is gonna be. I just like to some
What kind of restaurant is this?
It's in.
That's super decent.
I didn't like it.
Tweak it up a little bit.
I know just hot dogs and heavy cream.
Bathroom, you got two or one? Two. Which one is the bathroom?
Oh.
Yeah, bedrooms,
Okay. So with the men's room, you need to put the urinals and don't forget the ADA toilets for both of them. Those are huge bathrooms, by the way.
yeah, like the scale is way off. It's just like, it was just like, oh, okay, throw, like,
That's all I
see what
can-
ideas.
I was thinking
This is like an exit emergency.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need to have your exit also for the kitchen. Once the delivery, once the emergency. Emergency exit for the restaurant. You don't have one waiting just for that right there. That's not gonna do. So you need to have one also somewhere over here. Or compartment. So what software did you use for this?
Line interior 3D or something. I said, because I can't download the SketchUp.
Yeah, we found out that it's not.
How we use the sketch.
Sorry?
How we use the sketch.
Oh, heck, and are you both doing different designs?
Like he came up with this, and then I just kind of expanded it, just played around with it.
Okay, but he's using SketchUp and you're using something else.
Yeah, I'm just throwing my idea out.
Okay, but just use one software. You don't want to duplicate effort and have two people doing the same job. So only one person should be reworking on the design, and if you do work together, then you should use one software, not two different ones. All right, so this is one. What do you have? Is that the 3D model? Okay, this looks nothing like that, by the way.
I did my design with them. Freaking hat and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Go with the memory stuff.
Can't really see the layout on these. Manager or restrooms, bathroom. We don't need a bathroom. No one's gonna be taking a bath or restaurant. Got a bar.
This is it.
Okay, so what we have here is a restaurant without a kitchen.
Come on, everybody, the magic of the kitchen. Put some water in this, that's the kitchen.
Where?
I will, that will.
Alright, I'm getting a little confused because you guys have two sets of layouts, so you guys need to talk and figure out which one you want to go with, or maybe combine them in some way. Before we get to the rest, if you continue to do the design on your surface, come and touch base with me after we're done talking to, when I'm done So I want to see if I can project your pixels directly onto that screen without any kind of effect. Because we don't have that software on that computer, we can't install it there.
I will ask maybe.
You want to use it as it's pain, it's like a technician, got an administrative password on it. Okay, so let's try to project that later on to see if it actually shows up on the screen. Okay, so let me go through your report from last week though. So you guys already assigned people to every single part of your management team. You guys have an upscale casual restaurant with a target group for young adults and adults in a relaxing, romantic, and comfortable atmosphere with an Italian theme. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your romantic theme. What's going to make it romantic?
Definitely, let's see if you can make that work.
Okay.
We were thinking of some artistry around the restaurant that social art.
Who came up with the idea of the romantic? What are you looking at saying? Did you want to make a romantic restaurant? You did? Okay, you need to come up with some ideas of what's going to make it romantic. Because he's clueless. He doesn't know what the heck romantic is. He doesn't know. So if you came up with it, you need to share what would make it romantic.
I think we can use the decoration to create the atmosphere.
Give me an example.
I just came up this morning, like, we can, as you said, we have to split the dining room.
Yes.
So we can create, area, like, just a small amount of table, like 4 or 2 different possible, and then we can use but we can use some fly or something. Maybe just create a small area.
That's what talking about.
And also we discussed yesterday, we use the light, the spotlight for just only one table.
Okay.
And so that table is going to be light up, and the other is going to be a little bit darker.
So when you guys come up with a second draft of the design, you'll need to do the layout, and then some of what she's talking about needs to be in some type of color version. And then you need to figure out how you're going to create that here in this classroom. So I'm thinking you can't use the fluorescent lights. You're going to have to turn those completely off and bring candles or bring some sort of lights in different locations in the classroom to create that ambiance because you can't do it with fluorescent. Yeah. It's definitely not romantic. It's more like a hospital setting.
Prison.
Hmm? Or prison. You got experience with that, Julie?
I've seen what it looks like.
And they filled your case?
I'm not convicted of anything.
That's what I said.
You're a bad criminal. You
Let's
get
just
convicted.
Let's just clear that. Okay. So you need to come up with some specific idea about what you want to do about the theme and put that in your description, okay? So I don't read the description that you have out there, but it needs to be explained there. All right, let's get to your division of labor. Abraham, you're doing the recipes, which you have here. I'll look at that in a sec. Design is how Julie's doing the recipe. Okay, so I see you got the recipes. Are you working together? You're doing recipes and he's doing recipes.
It was Justin, Julius, and I.
Okay, so the 3 of you are doing recipes. Okay. All right, let me look at your recipes. What you got?
And I have my on my phone.
Appetizers on drugs.
So do you guys already have a menu then?
That's what we're deciding today, like which ones we're gonna stick with.
Okay. So when you're doing your recipes, you'll need to redo these. So don't say Food Network and have all this stuff over here. So you'll need to have the title, you'll need to have the list information, the number of portions, the prep time, the ingredients, and the directions. Make sure that your font is consistent throughout all of it. And I prefer to have pictures in your portfolio, and don't use black and white.
Okay.
For now, all the black and white's fine, but you'll need to do color for your portfolio. If you ever need to print anything out in color, what with advance notice, let me know. And we can do it now. Just pull up color laser print in the office so we can print it out there. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3 desserts here. Who's in charge of the kitchen and cooking on that day? So one thing that the judges look for when we're evaluating the stuff is we're going to be looking at the rest of your portfolio and the other presentation. They're going to be looking at the pictures and seeing whether or not you're replicating what's in the picture.
Okay, can I just speak for myself and picture myself?
Before I answer that question, why are you asking?
Okay, so I should just do it.
Why are you?
When someone says like, why are you asking, I'm like, oh, I should just do it.
Well, the reason you're asking whether you can do it yourself is because it sounds like you're not confident with your presentation skills and
No, I'm
worried about
confident with mine, but
then if you can do better than this, great.
okay, so it has to be equal or better than the picture.
Yes. And
Okay.
if it's average looking, like this is average looking, don't equal it. Then do better than that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I can do better. It's just,
You have to
if
remember.
you want me to
And remember,
compare it.
you guys are going with romantic and
Yeah.
romantic, you can't just. Okay, I get it. Some people go to a diner for romantic dinners, but that's not really romantic. All right,
Equal or better.
just go for better. Exceptionally better.
Better than picture.
And one thing you could do is go to Google Images and just type in whatever your item is, and scroll through some of the images and look for exceptional presentation. We're looking for color, we're looking for depth, we're looking for volume, we're looking for motion in your presentation. So get very creative. Okay. Cool. Awesome. And he is on fire. All right. Cool. So we've got your recipe. Is this your entree?
Some get crossed? Yes, some got crossed.
Something that doesn't plagiarize another. But
Oh, no, it's
some red.
Are you reading this from Rock?
Red and yellow.
Thinking for the rest of, for the menu.
Okay.
I mean, there is not half for it.
It is true, man. I studied it in college too.
And that's.
McDonald's is
Yeah.
on
Sorry,
the
Italian.
track, you go on the inside of it, and if you go rush or you beef with it.
Super nacho there, Alan.
Nachos is not Italian.
Oh, I got it.
Like, it's not like Subway,
Okay.
you want Subway, this is not.
Looks like you guys have a good set of recipes. You just need to redo them.
Yeah.
If it's just-
So all of us can see what
Some McDonald's
we're
have, like,
thinking,
signs on the side saying, like,
choose from
chicken
the
steak for like 60 minutes.
What's mac and cheese? There are some weird people that don't have files. Just waiting for people to buy their meals.
No comments. Don't drive me crazy, mac and cheese. What the heck is that? That's not real food.
Well.
It's called upscale. Upscale. Upscale.
It works.
I'm diner.
Some seasoning, with a big,
Ignore this guy. You listen to that guy, you guys are gonna end up with a C. All right. Okay, so you got your recipes for all those items. No asparagus and melon. Somebody's Parmigiana.
A lot of them are.
And girl, Rachel Ray. We're gonna need to do something about that presentation.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
If we decide to do it.
Okay, good. So that's just what's like porch.
Yeah, the one, the picture looked like, oh no.
This is an entree?
I don't know where to place salads.
You could have a salad section, but anything you do over here, you'll have to do a cost card for.
Yeah. That's what we're planning on doing today, choosing the recipes and costing out all those recipes.
You're right. I agree.
It looks like you've got more than 6 menu items.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Yeah, so you can trim it down if you want to. Okay, you guys look like you're set with your recipes. You just need to select whether you're gonna go with all of them or some of them, but get it.
Yeah.
The foie gras, find out if there's an Italian version of it. The Italian version of it. Okay, so the structure you already have over there. If you choose to go with some of these, make sure that the format of how you put stuff looks exactly the way it would always.
Yeah, it has to be consistent with otherwise it's
Artichoke. Alrighty, good. Moving on. What do we have next? What else do you guys done with?
Graphics.
you have it.
Where's Melanie?
Liv?
She's got, yeah, she's got.
You label the section when you put it in your portfolio with demographics. Every section needs to be labeled. Okay. So you want to put somewhere. Wow. Okay. Okay, so you got the demographic section, you guys need to still do the other sections, classification, theme, all of that. Do you guys have a question sheet or the home assignment sheet by any chance? Yeah. So all of section 1 needs to be done. So you guys need to complete all of these. So you guys have your facility layout, at least your first draft.
Do whatever you guys
in an image, not yet, service style, and then you get, you put the chemical things in the first 3 bullets. Many top, I'm assuming you guys are going with a la carte, so you need a minimum of 3 appetizers, 400 desserts.
To be fair,
Okay, all right.
Product walkthrough, so recipes you guys have for each one. Beverages, I think I only saw 1.
yeah, I failed to print out the other ones.
So now that you guys have your demographics, what you guys will need to do is finalize what's going to be on your recipe, including the beverages, and then move forward by doing a product walkthrough, and then the cost card and the pricing. So you guys should be able to get all of that done, start working on it today. But I'd like to see your drafts by next week for all those items. Same thing with the, and once you're done with the recipe, sorry, not the recipe, once you're done with the menu, do the product walkthrough, cost it out, and price it out.
Like
By
you
next
have a little
week.
list of all their social media.
And when you're doing the menu, don't forget, you need to do descriptive terminology, for the titles and also for the actual description.
So when we do the menu, do we have to put the price on it? Since it is upscale?
That's your decision.
Okay.
If you don't put the prices on the menu, I want to see what the prices are going to be at least in your portfolio. So essentially, what you guys need to be done by with next week is your entire portfolio. Your entire portfolio needs to be completed next week as the first draft, the whole thing, because you're already done with most of the first section here. So this should be all done by next week. So I'll see a first draft, expect revision, comments, so you probably need yes, so all of this stuff. So section 1, section 2, completely done with
Okay, so this needs to be pretty.
No. I mean, it doesn't need to be pretty, but I would like it at least separated so we can go through it in order. And I can go through that. But every section needs to be labeled. I need to be able to identify what's what. Cool. Any questions for me? Yes. I'll pull those out in just a minute and put them on the center table. Put it here. There, got it. Under all this.
The menus, do we have to put down like, asking in the price, do we have to put down the price?
No, that's what he was asking. You don't need, if your restaurant is upscale and you don't want to put the prices, you don't have to. But I do want to see your pricing strategy and what the prices are going to be on for every single item. One place that you can do this is on the pages that you do the cost card. Let's say that you've got your recipe section. So you'll put your recipes with the image, with the ingredients, with the description or the instructions. What some people have done in the past is they've included the pricing underneath it. Or they'll do the cost and the pricing together. So you could either do it under the recipe or you could do a cost card on top. And then underneath it you'll do your pricing for each one. So you combine cost card and the recipe for each one. Because you're taking the cost per unit and then you're multiplying it by something, your factor, for example. But all that needs to be done with the So you guys will need to coordinate. You're doing the costing, right? Or are you doing the pricing?
We're all going to do the cost card. We're all going to take a piece of the recipe. One recipe like per, and like section off, then we're going to do it. He's just going to check it.
Okay. So each of you is going to pick up one recipe and you're going to go to the supermarket and price it out? That's fine. Who's doing the pricing? So that's the cost of it. Who's just pricing it out? And what strategy are you going to do?
Delicious. Yeah, truck that shoulders.
If you haven't decided, that's fine. what you can do is you can cost it out, see what the prices are, and then you guys can try the different methods and figure out what you think is the reasonable price for that particular area. You'll need to also do some research. Remember, you can combine methods, so come up with a minimum price, and then you guys can still do the market approach as well, or the no method method. Because you are going to be competing with other people, so there's no point in charging, $6 for something when you know that everybody else is charging at least $12, $13 for it. Which means you might start with $6 and then you might still increase it based on the market. Cool. All right. Any more questions? Well, if you think of any, I'm going to be over there. I'm going to talk to you. Nicely done so far, you guys. Look like you're on track.
It's all like choosing. Yes.
First option.
Yeah, first one, so let's see.